Hey, good morning, everybody. Morgan SLV here. I hope you're having a wonderful Sunday. Today's date 2/6/2011. Gold today 13.49. Silver 29.12. You know, just been taking in some information. Been watching a lot of YouTube, of course. Been studying up on different books that I'm reading. But one of the guys that I really like listening to, his name is James Turk, and I know a lot of you have heard of him. He is, he's up there with, your Jim Rogers, your Peter Schiffs, as far as I'm concerned, as far as, cutting edge information. It gives you a chance to see something from somebody else's perspective that kind of knows what's going on. Okay, he's very market savvy. He's written a few books, of course. And it's just, it's neat to hear some of his commentary. So let me go over some of the stuff he was talking about. He's talking about hyperinflation. And he's basically, what I do is I'll listen to this stuff and I'll just kind of, I chew on the hay and spit out the sticks. In other words, I try to pick little things out, little definitions that make things more exact or more razor sharp, as far as being able to get a mental picture of what's going on. And he was talking about the different elements of hyperinflation. He said there's basically two. See if I can make sense of this. One of them, the first one, usually or most often, he says, is a rapid increase in the quantity of money, and then a loss of confidence in that currency in question. The demand goes down for that currency, and so you have kind of a twofold thing. You have lots of this in question currency floating around, and then you have people wanting to trade in different stuff. I'm not much on bartering, but I'm gonna probably have to get used to it, because I can't make my house payments on bartering, right? I can't send a hot rod engine over to my bank and say, take this for this month's rent or whatever, right? And so, but bartering, I guess you would call it bartering if you're trading in other things other than our currency. I might have that definition a little bit wrong, because I feel like if I can walk up to you and hand you some silver, I don't consider that bartering necessarily. So I may have that definition, a little bit askew. You guys can correct me on that. People in other parts of the world would rather hold $1 million worth of copper than $1 million worth of our currency. And the reason he said that is this: in other parts of the world, they're not getting a paycheck denominated in U.S. dollars. They're not, when they take on U.S. dollars, that is a different currency from their own, i.e. they're going to pay a little bit more attention to what the heck's going on with the currency. And we all know what's going on with ours. Ours is getting beat up left and right. They're overprinting it. They're over-revving the printers, and other people in other parts of the planet are starting to not starting to. They're definitely, opting out of the U.S. dollar. One of the things that I've said 100 times, it's the only thing worse than making an investment that you're going to be paid dollars for is dollars in the future. And so he basically says avoid U.S. Dollars, i.e. investments, and he's saying you better find something else, right? And of course my overwhelming choice is silver and real estate at this time. I don't want to say at this time. That's my future goal. And once again, so let's go over my little business plan right now. I plan, other than my internet businesses, because I don't know, it's just everything is so topsy-turvy right now. But if I get my way, my internet businesses will definitely make a decent income. They already are. I'm already making money every month off of them. That's great. But in the future, I'd like to be able to slow down a little bit. I'd like to maybe own 10 or 15 homes, or maybe a couple of fourplexes, or maybe even 8 or 10 fourplexes. The bottom line is this: I don't know what they're going to pay, right? If we go into a hyperinflation, which Jim Rogers says he believes wholeheartedly that's what's going to happen, I don't know what's going to happen. Maybe I'm going to own all these homes. They're going to be mostly empty. Who knows what's going to be happening with them? And maybe what will happen is maybe it's my children that are going to benefit from all the scars and battle scars that I'm going to be attaining right now. So I understand that, yet I'm going to keep going forward. He was saying banks are not storage facilities. Don't store your precious metals in banks. Don't do that. Okay. He had a couple of examples where people were trying to get. One guy had, I think, $20 million in gold. And he was trying to get out of a bank in. Don't quote me, but I want to say Australia. And he had to take him to court to get his gold. Okay, so don't do that. Do not put your money in banks. You know, banks are not storage facilities; they're lending facilities. Don't put your precious metals in the bank because you might not get it back. Right? And I got in parentheses here, hyperinflation. So all I can say to you, friends, is stay studied up. All right? Stay studied up. Stellar Concepts. Great person to take a look at. Very technical. Okay? DaVinci J15. He reminds me a lot of me, and in the fact that he talks to you in a language you can understand. I don't, you don't impress me. I'm not, I don't care how much you know until I know how much you care, and he's definitely a person who cares. Silver Futurist. Those are kind of like my brothers in arms in this fight we got going on. Then you've got your Peter Schiffs and your Mike Maloney's, James Turk, Jim Rogers. Just, man, if one of the things that Tony Robbins says is he believes in immersion. Immersion meaning, like, his seminars, I think, are average like 72 hours. Over a course of a weekend or whatever. And the reason he does that, he believes in immersion. So by the time you've, you quell a lot of your questions just because you're swimming in it, right? I mean, there's so much information coming at you. And don't be concerned if you don't understand it all. It's okay, because eventually you will. Or you'll understand enough of it to start making some very good distinctions. Okay, joke of the day. Now, this is a joke about old folks. And, which I'm rapidly becoming one, I suppose. But, I believe you're always young at heart, right? If you feel young at heart, then you can kind of poke fun at what's going on when you get a little bit older. And this is all in good fun. So please don't beat me up too bad on my comments, because I think you guys are going to enjoy this. Here we go. Joke of the day. 10 games old people play. Number 1, sag, you're it. Number 2, pin the toupee on the bald guy. Number 3, 20 questions shouted into your good ear. Number 4, kick the bucket. Number 5, Red Rover, the nurse says bend over. Number 6, Doc Goose. Number 7, Simon says something incoherent. Number 8, hide and go pee. Number 9, spin the bottle of Mylanta. Number 10, musical recliners. Morgan SLV out.